This is the time when we do our story for all ages. If we have anyone who's younger and would like to come over here and help me, I have a wonder box, and there are some things inside. If you would like to come forward and see what's inside the box. Nope. No volunteers? Okay. I'm going to start by myself, unless somebody older wants to try. Yes, here we go.
Cool.
Wow, do you want to put them on show everyone what that is? We can set it out there.
I assume this is a group.
There, yeah. They fly.
Oh, they do? They do.
Yes.
Soap. Ivory. Don't know if that means anything.
Okay.
Looks nice.
Uh-huh. Thank you. There's a picture if you want a better picture on the slides. I don't know if that helps or not. But all of these four things have something in common. Anyone would like to try and guess what that might be?
They are 99.4% pure.
They're 99.4% pure. That could be one thing. What else?
They're known by the brand name rather than the generic name, like Velcro versus Ed.
Oh, that's good.
They're known by the brand name rather than, yes, that's another, yes. What else could be something that they share in common?
They're all in my house.
All right. We all have them, we all use them, right? At some point in our lives. So there's a children's curriculum called Windows and Mirrors that has this particular lesson as part of that. What the lesson is telling us that all of these things came into existence because somebody made a mistake. Mm-hmm. Yes, so this one is the oldest mistake. In 1879, anybody would like to kind of guess how that may have come into existence? Ivory soap. It is an ivory soap. So the soap maker at Procter & Gamble was making soap, went to lunch and forgot to turn off the machine. There was a lot more air that mixed into the soap than typically. And what happens when you mix a lot more air, the soap does not sink. It starts to float, right? If you didn't know that it floats, you may want to try and do some experiments at home, right? So he didn't tell anybody. He decided to keep it a secret, just package it all up, sold it out, and then customers started to come back and ask, can we have more soap that floats? Well, the good news for the soap maker, the leaders decided to name it Ivory Soap and sell it and have it as their product. So now it's just part of our daily life, right? So let's think about another one, Slinky. This is 19th century invention. Philadelphia engineer Richard James, he was working on an anti-vibration device for ships. So he had some steel coil that he was keeping on the shelf, and one day it accidentally got knocked over and started to bounce down. And his wife saw the potential for that to become a toy. So here we have it. In 1948, Slinky became a toy. How about the Velcros? Birds, exactly. There's a NASA, they may have something to do with this. The story I have is the Burr story, where it was a Swiss inventor, George de Mestral. He was taking his dog for a walk and returned back covered with burrs. So as an inventor, what he did, he got the burrs out and put them under the microscope to examine the structure. And he worked quite a long time to create this particular kind of adhesive, right? Velcro stuff. But when he discovered that nylon under the infrared light creates these hooks, that became his final product. He patented it in 1955. So that's another invention. And what about these Post-it notes? They stick, yes.
Well, the mistake was they didn't stick.
They didn't stick. So this is kind of probably the most unusual. It has something to do with the church, this invention. The Art Fry, who was a musician at the church, wanted to find something that he could put in a hymnal to mark the hymn that wouldn't fall out of the book, but also, if it was glued and when you removed it, it wouldn't damage the book. His friend, colleague, had come up with an adhesive that did not leave any marks when it was removed. So he decided to put this on the paper and create these Post-it notes. The thing is, people didn't like his idea. For years, people did not see any potential and use for these Post-it notes. Can you imagine your life without them today? No. Okay. Well, these are examples of how sometimes mistakes come up and create something new, an invention, a useful thing that is used by many and enjoyed by many and becomes really beautiful and necessary thing.